Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing great today. I'm doing wonderful, just wonderful. It's like a mid to upper tier wonderful. I've been pretty happy since Saturday. The whole week actually is pretty good. I base a lot of my. I'm an emotional creature, and as many of us are. I base a lot of my excitement around what's happening on the crypto charts. Unfortunately, it seems like there's something wrong with my collar, but there's not. Um, I'm a human being, so yeah, I get a lot of my, I am not entirely embarrassed to admit that I get a lot of joy out of crypto. I just love crypto. Zobble crypto. Hello, my friend. You're my friend too, man. I get a lot of pleasure out of crypto. I get a lot of hope out of crypto. Yeah, man. It's the future, man. It is the future for the what do you call it? Monetary system. Is the future for investing. It's the future for what crypto has in store for a lot of us is very exciting. Mm-mm. If we can keep a level head and, as they say, play our cards right. I was thinking, hey, wannabe. I was thinking on the way over here, I was like, once I'm crypto rich, I should probably just put $500 into every project as soon as it hits, as soon as I hear about it. If I don't know anything negative, or maybe especially if I know something negative, I'd just ape in $500 like that, into every single project next cycle and just see what happens. It'd probably end up being it could end up being like 30, let's call it 50 projects over the course of a few years. Like every time I hear one, $500, 50 projects, that'd be $25,000. What would be the return on that? If one did 1,000x, that'd be 500,000. So that'd be a 20 to 2,000% return, something like that. That'd be pretty sweet. Why did I think that? Because I heard about this project and, from another source, and I'm like, man, I heard about that not long ago. Where did I hear about that? And then, I haven't looked at the chart. Hey, Access. Great to see a fellow carnivore. Yes, sir. Yes, carnivore. How do you know? How do you know this? How do you know these things about me? How did you know I'm a carnivore? That is very, very, I don't know that I published that anywhere. You must tell me. I hope you're doing good today. I'm gonna tell you guys something that I've been dwelling on, a reason for my excitement. And I'll show it to you also. I got it from somebody else. Duffy Slice and Shank. Duffy Slice and Shank. What it do, PB? On behalf of the entire community, thank you for the constant grind on our journey to the moon and beyond. You are absolutely welcome, welkie, Duffy Slice and Shank. I ate with you in Vegas. Huh? Yeah, man. The three old guys, right? Yeah. I bet there was one guy that you guys thought was the old. There's one old guy that you thought was the young guy. Yeah, man. Okay. From my perspective, were you the guy? I think you were the guy on my left. You have a delivery service. You deliver something for seniors, or you take them somewhere. Please tell me. I'll be excited to hear this. I think you were the guy to my left at that restaurant. Everything was so expensive in Las Vegas. If you guys come to the Pulse Conference next year, guys, you better bring some dinero. We'll probably have some by next year. What do you think? Hey, man, let's Duffy Slice and Shank. There, I got it. Check this out, guys. All right, sip of water. Right. You drive the Amish. Good deal, man. All right, hold on. Sip of water. I want you guys to have to hear this. Okay, guys, I got something from B Roots. I know a lot of people don't like him. Maybe it's because he's doing a lot. I don't know. I don't have an ox in the fight, a dog in the fight. I like the guy. I don't have any reason to not like him, and I want to keep it that way. So if you have anything negative to say about him, tell him face to face. Don't tell everybody else. Oh, did you really? How about it? Yeah, man. I came home and started reading a book. It's called Carnivore Code. It's a little dated, only by a few years, but if you guys read this book, The Carnivore Code, you'll question why you ever eat vegetables. You want to get back at your mother. See, Mom, I shouldn't have been eating these things anyhow. No, but yeah, well, cool. Yeah. Check this out, guys. Okay, so I got a little nugget from B Roots on the space. I call it the space stream. It's the spaces. Yesterday morning, Saturday morning, every Saturday we have a spaces call at 7 a.m. Pacific, and he come in about an hour into it. He and other people, and we're just talking about market cycles. And he says, "Do you know what happened on Monday?" Well, I put the date on it. He says, Ethereum come down and touched the 400-day moving average. Now, I don't know what the 400 moving day average is, but I know that it's an indicator. Perhaps if somebody could tell us in the comments, trying to get this right, the comments down below, what is the 400 moving day average? I want to know. I'm going to look it up, but if you guys can just tell me, that'd be cool. That'd be a team player. All right, watch this, guys. Let me I got to share my screen. Yeah, that carnivore thing, man, it's a real deal, man. If you watch any YouTube videos on it, man, people like lose bucket tons of weight and get their health back. When I first went carnivore, I had a wart on my thumb that was there for a few years. This thumb here, like I just put my hand on my pocket or something and pull it out, and it would hit that wart. Pow! Ooh, that hurt. Within 14 days of just eating meat, the thing was gone. And it had been there for years. A stinking annoying little wart, gone. In 2 weeks, yeah, something's up with that. Check this out, guys. So what happened Monday, April 7th? Look at this. Now, I cannot put for you the 400 moving day average up here because I don't know how to do that. But look at this. Ethereum reached down, it knifed and touched the 400 moving day average. So it went down to $1,270. Good evening, David. That is what B Roots. I'm just gonna go and I'll just go ahead and tell you it wasn't me. He says something happened on Monday. Ethereum goes down, it bottoms out, and because it's at the bottom, that's what we hypothesize. It's up from here. Again, what we hypothesize, what we're thinking. Okay. Who can tell me? Tell me, chat, what else happened on Monday? And you don't even have to pick a day. What happened last week? I'll tell you what day it happened, but I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to think about it. A big thing that happened last week. It might have been a little subtle big thing, but tell me in the chat if you guys can remember it. David, you got this one? Hexs? If you're around Twitter, that's your clue. All right, let's have a look at. I'll give you guys a few minutes to figure that out. And if you're on Spaces, that's not cheating. That's just that's just being there. All right. So Bitcoin is at 83,000. Ethereum right now is at 1,560. Pulse is at 25. 40 is 2,500. pTGC is at 30 is 2,800. UFO is 40 1740. But okay, we had a little bit of a green candle rally, and then we're in the red today, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Let's look at the daily. This is Pulse. And look, we're up from the 7th of April to right now, we are up 26% on Pulse, guys. And because the Gray's currencies, pTGC and UFO, are leveraged on Pulse, then we're going to move up with Pulse. We're actually going to move faster within Pulse. Let's see how much Ethereum is up. So we're up 26% hour chain, and then Ethereum, which we're a copy of, is from the 7th. I'm not going to count the bottom of that knife. It's up 2%. I mean, whatever. What about pTGC from the 7th? This is an interesting little experiment. I bet that's the 7th. There it is right there. So Pulse is up 25%. pTGC is up 24%. UFO, I think it's going to be less. Let's see. 22%. Okay, yeah, it is a little less. Now, ratios. Now, if you guys want to see the ratios, you're going to click on that right there, WPLS. And Hexas, this is something I wanted to show to you. I don't know if I think we had this conversation. I'll get right with you, and Mr. D, in a second. Hexas, I was talking about flipping the chart from USD to WPLS. So I'm going to flip it, and we're going to show the value of UFO, this token, in terms of, hey, I got a little currency, hold on. Yeah, man. Okay. We're going to show UFO. It's not showing it. Do you guys see a highlighter? Can you guys see a highlighter on the screen? Let me know. Just put a 1 in the chat if you can, because I'm not seeing it. You flip the chart to WPLS, and then you can see how UFO is not exactly moving up against Pulse right now. It's actually, hold on a second. It's down against Pulse right now, but scroll out. You always got to scroll out, right? So we are up against Pulse, 1,800% since the 16th of May. And of course, pTGC, you can do the same thing for pTGC. Flip that chart from USD to WPLS and watch. Let's actually do it. Let's zoom out first. This is what I was telling you about Hexas. So I'm zoomed all the way out from the beginning of pTGC to present. And I'm going to flip the chart from USD. So it's a beautiful chart, even in USD, right? Now watch WPLS. Well, it's got the zoom out here also. And so we're out. We are up. We are up in 2 respects. pTGC and UFO are up in 2 respects. We're up against itself. pTGC and UFO are up in value, and we're up in value against the layer 1. So we're going into a bull run. What do we think is going to happen? What happens in bull runs? Well, people ape into tokens that have good value, product market fit, maybe memeability, a community, a plugged in founder that's on top all the time, is accessible. Okay, so people are going to ape into good assets, which causes a response in the price. Price appreciates. But what about if that asset has a history of moving up against the token or against the layer 1 that it's riding on? And we get this thing called the X multiplier effect. So that if pTGC or UFO move up against the layer 1 at a rate of 5, and we have moved up against, as you can see, we've moved up more than 5x against the layer 1. And if pTGC and UFO do it like a 10x, let's say we move up against the layer 1 and a 5x, and each of these tokens moves up at a 10x, That's 10 times 5, which is a 50x. So I think we can expect exciting things this bull run. All right, now back to my question. So 2 things happened on Monday, April 7th. 1, Ethereum dropped down and touched that 400 moving day average. And I don't know what that means, except that people that do say that means we're probably going into the next part of the cycle up and to the right. So that was probably the bottom signal, that 400-day moving average. And so the second thing that happened on April 7th, let me get back to Mr. D. Trump went for the Fed chair. No, that wasn't it. That's not it. Yeah, no, not it. You're all ears. Hex S. And since we are staked, we get an increasing number of coins every day. Yes. If you have pTGC staked, then you're earning more coins being staked than you are from being than from just holding. So you're earning tokens for holding and for being staked, but you're earning more for being staked. Why? Because a lot of people don't stake. So you're earning more coins. Jason D, great show. I have a 90-day lock on pTGC. I'll get to you. I'll get to your question in a second because I want to answer this question. Everybody's wondering what happened on April 7th. Aside from us touching the 400 moving day average, Richard Hart opened up his comments. They've been open ever since. Do you think that is a coincidence? I don't. I think Richard Hart was putting his stamp of approval. Ethereum. I wonder what time of day that happened. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to find out. Maybe somebody can find out what time of day that. Let's just do it together. Come on, guys. Let's do it. I'll get to your question, Jason D. Give me just a second. Because he tweeted, we'd have to find out 2 things. What was that tweet that he made that was opening? Does anybody remember the tweet that he made that was opening up the comments? Let's see. You guys don't mind doing this, I hope. All right. 4-hour 7. Here it is. It was oh man. 0800. I'm gonna have to guys. I don't want to waste you guys' time. But let me just get this down to the hour. What was that tweet? Here's where it is. It's yes, 0800 on April 7th. When did Richard Hart tweet? I'll give you guys a few minutes to look it up, so I don't have to take your time to find it. But there's when. That's Ethereum touching that 400 moving day average. You're rubbish at quizzes. Yeah, that's right, Tails Dreams. It's time. It's 'tis time. Great show. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. You said you have a 90-day lock. Perfect. I do too. I've got a couple in there. I have 3, and they're all mature, actually. I'm waiting for some price appreciation. You got a 90-day lock on pTGC. Cool. Those are like basic. I love those 90-day locks, especially because when you claim your tokens, 45% goes to the burn address. So it's like a benevolent lock. It's like the most benevolent lock you could do. Actually, aside from taking tokens and just sending them to the dead address, I think those 90-day locks are like the most benevolent thing you can do in the pTGC ecosystem with tokens. Because, like I said, when you claim your tokens, you keep 55%, 45% go to the burn address. Is there another function in pTGC that burns more than 45%? Not even an early end lock. Early end lock burns 30%. And the 30% doesn't even get burned. It goes to the other lockers. So those 90-day locks, do you have to hit an end lock button at the end of the 90 days? You do not. You continue to earn reflections and staking rewards and your locking rewards, Jason. and you don't have to do anything except for claim, and you don't even have to claim, and that lock will stay there, that stake will remain there indefinitely, and you can just, all you have to do, you don't even have to do that, is claim your rewards. Yeah, it's really cool. You can go on a 10-year vacation and that lock is just going to be sitting there waiting for you. No harm, no foul. Now, I do like the idea of compounding my yield. So I claim mine about every week or two. Kind of depends on my mood and my time bandwidth. But I like the idea of, let's say I have 10 million pTGC staked, and then my yield is 50,000. I've got 50,000 that I can claim and put back into a stake. Well, 50,000 on top of 10 million. Yeah, that's worth something. You do that week after week and it adds up. Actually, I'm going to record a video for you guys about recycling too frequently, because it can be done too frequently, not to where you're hurting anything, but to where it's just really not beneficial. Like once a week, maybe twice a week is enough. Any more than that, it's like, I will show you guys in this video how you're going to be like, oh, wasting my time, man, wasting gas money to claim. I used to do it like every day or every couple hours or whatever. I was like thinking I was really stacking it up. No, I'm not. And at the end of 90 days, if so, what happens? And if I don't hit any buttons and just leave it past the 90 days, you're good. That's a good question. And I need to start popping these up. Sorry. Jason D. Excellent question. Yeah, you can chill. You can relax. No worries. This is intriguing. Well, cool. Follow-up question from Jason. Thanks. If that's true, why would anyone lock for longer? Okay. Good question. Watch this. I've got a slide ready. Couldn't they just do a 90-day lock and leave it there for years? Yes. Yes, they can. Right. Here is the locking tier system. I'm going to hide your comments here so everybody can see this. So your 90-day to 1 year lock is you keep 55%. When you claim your tokens, 45% goes to the dead address, 55% goes to your wallet, and it'll just sit there, and then you can stake it or you can lock it if you want to, or you can take it home as profit. A 1 to 2 year lock garners you 60%, and then the 10-year lock garners you 100%. And that is why it's those higher tiers, which is why people would lock for longer. True, you can lock. What I love about the 90-day locks, Jason, is that you can lock them for 90 days. You keep 55% of the rewards, which isn't stellar. It's not a 55%, but it's not 100%. It's 55%. But you can leave them there and just chill. And after 90 days is up, then you can do something else with your pTGC if you want to. Like what I did last year when I got into pTGC is I immediately locked everything up for 90 days. I did a couple of 10-year locks, just to be very honest. I did a couple of 10-year locks, and then I was like, maybe that wasn't the best idea, because that's a huge commitment. And I really needed the time to think about it. So after that, I made 90-day locks, and I made a bunch of them through the summer, not like a bucket load, but quite a few. And then by the time fall came, I finally had time to think about it, and and I had a strategy planned by the fall. But I literally took 9 months to think about it, about what I wanted to do with this pTGC that was sitting in 90-day locks. Well, they all earned 55% yield, and then I ended them all, and then I made my locking plan. And I'll just tell you guys what I did. I have it's a 3-part strategy: 10-year locks, locking ladder, and a 90-day lock. My 90-day lock right now is mature. It matured just 2 weeks ago, and that one, All right, I'll tell you guys. pTGC and UFO are the golden goose of crypto. And you never want to kill your golden goose because then you run out of golden eggs. So I never, ever want to sell my principal, my golden goose, right? But there's a feather. I have a feather from the golden goose, which is my 90-day lock, which is 4% of my total bag. 4%. I mean, come on. So let's see. That 90-day locks is 4%. And then I did some 10-year locks, which were 88%. And then I did locking ladders, which was 8%. So I have 88 plus 8, which is 96 plus 4. So all of my pTGC is in locks, but 4% is a 90-day locks, and those are liquid right now. I can end them right now if I want to, and I have plans for that. The price just hasn't appreciated to where I'm going to make use of those plans yet. But I don't want to touch my principal is in the 10-year locks and the locking ladder. So every year, my locking ladder, I have pTGC that's going to come mature. And those are a combination of, 1 to 2 year locks garnering 60%, 2 to 3 year locks garnering 65%, all the way up to, 7 to 8 years. And the 10-year locks that I did, I'll tell you guys a little secret, only it's not a secret because I say it on this presentation every week, is that instead of locking for 10 years, which is 10 times 365, lock 9 times 365 plus a few days to, just add 10 days or 7 days just to make sure there's not a leap year factored into the contract, which I don't think that there is. But that way, if you lock 9 years in one day, it puts that lock into the 10-year category, garnering you 100% of all the locking rewards that you could possibly get for that quantity of pTGC. That's cool. And then so that was my strategy. 10-year locks. Oh, break it up into smaller bags too. Like when I first got in, I locked up a big old bag. Well, guess what? If I want to access that pTGC, I would have to nuke that lock. I mean, if I wanted to do it before it was mature, paying 30%. Had I broken it up like I did with my subsequent 10-year locks, I broke them up into smaller bags. That way, if I want to, if I really got to do something with this one, but I'm only paying 30% on this one. That's another little trick. And that's why you show up for AMA if you can, because you learn little tricks like this. And if you onboard people, have them come to my AMA because they can learn little things like that too. It's really helpful stuff, I think. Hey, family. Crypto Dave, Jason D. Got it. Such great information. Thank you. You're welcome. What APR approximately have you been getting like the past 6 months on your 90-day locks? APR. Ooh. Excuse me. APR. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring something up that I'm not authorized. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. All right. I'm going to take a chance here because I like your question. I like that you have questions. And I'm going to show you guys an APR. I'm going to show you guys the APR for, is my audio okay? I'm going to close down Telegram and maybe make sure that my audio is good. Sometimes my audio gets a little quivery when I have a lot of tabs open. Okay. Hold on a second. Here's the APY sheet. This is not my handiwork, so I'm not going to be the best at explaining this, but let's have a look. Hold on a second. I'll bring this up. Okay. You might want to, Jason, you might want to take a screenshot of this. So this is from an experimental wallet that I have, that I have 1 million pTGC locked for 10 years on. I also have 1 million UFO, and I have another 1 million UFO that's LP'd. So we'll get into that. We'll get into UFO also. But the pTGC, we're able to get some interesting data on. Like here's the reflections and the locking rewards that we got over the course of 1 year. 1 year's data was from February 10th, 2024 to February 10th, 2025. And it garnered 8,922 tokens in reflections, 14,378 tokens in staking, 3,686 tokens for locking. All right. So the APY in reflections was 13, staking 21, locking 5 for a total of 38. And I can't talk to you about where we're getting the APY from, what the number is garnered from, other than it's got to be based on the price today. Like, let's see if I change this price to 3. Yeah, it's going to change that APY. So, yeah, there it is. And then for UFO, since we're on here, let's see, we have Pulse and then UFO reward. So same thing here. LP'd UFO earned, it's not giving me percent. Where's the percent? Here it is. The APY for LP'ing UFO was 21%. APY for just holding UFO was 111%. All right. Then you guys might be what? Do you guys got that screenshotted? If you need that, if you need it, just screenshot it. And then there's some other stuff down here. I'm just other ideas and stuff, other renditions of the same spreadsheet. So you notice that the for holding UFO, you earn more, like 5 times more, because a lot of the people at the beginning locked up their UFO with RH tickers, and they don't want to give up those early share rates, which again we will get into in this presentation. But the UFO that is not locked up is now receiving those the rewards. Okay, UFO that's LP'd, not locked up. UFO that's LP'd does not earn reflections. Only liquid UFO does. So that's why if you're holding liquid UFO, you're earning 5 times more APY than if you were LPing it. I know I've got a lot LP'd too, and it makes me sad. I want it to be the other way around. I'm the one that's taking the risk here with impermanent loss. I think I'll have my day in the sun. I'm just patiently waiting for that beach time. Good questions, Jason. I appreciate that. Appreciate the questions. All right. What else should we talk about? Let's go through the DApp. Let me just scroll through the slides here real quick. It seems like we have some new people here, and I want to I always know I can go to the DApp and start showing you guys stuff, but I want to show you some slides. Watch this. Watch this now. Sound like an old redneck saying? All right. Now this is a little dated. This slide is from the end of January. It has since changed. I should update it. It's a lot of work. But what we have here is in the green. I wish I could show my cursor on here, but the green chart is UFO. The gold is pTGC. And then the 4 down below are Hex, PulseX, Pulse, and Ink. Notice if you look at just about where it says December, notice Hex had a pretty good increase. And then what's that other one there? PulseX also had an increase. But look at the exaggerated response in pTGC and UFO back in December. And then again in January. And I don't even see any deflection on Hex, but in January, you see this wow response in pTGC and UFO. And I'll be honest, I've seen the updated one. I have it. And it did come down. It did correct. However, is that not impressive? What do you think is going to happen when Pulse makes its move? And if this 400-day moving average thing is correct, then Pulse might be getting close to doing its move. You know that, some of you guys don't know this, that from January to March or so of last year, Pulse moved 4x. pTGC moved 40x. Pulse moved 4, pTGC 40. 42 to be specific. So, I mean, it's a lever. pTGC and UFO are both a lever on Pulse. When Pulse moves, pTGC and UFO respond. I don't hold any Pulse. It's the gas token. I am really not interested in holding the gas token. I don't hold any Ethereum either. I hold other tokens on that network. You know, I flipped all of my Pulse and a lot of my RH stuff into pTGC and UFO. And you don't need to ask me why if you just go to the chart and look for yourself. You remember I showed you the DEX screener and how you can flip that chart from USD to WPLS. Well, that pTGC and WPLS are paired, UFO and WPLS are paired, but then go look at other pairs. Look at pTGC and UFO hex, pTGC and UFO, separately, pTGC and PulseX, pTGC and Inc. Some of those, the core tickers or the faves, the teddy bear, the PDI or whatever, look at some of those Tropa, some of those favorite tickers and see how pTGC or UFO are performing against those tickers. And I think you'll be surprised. Sometimes you got to zoom out, but by and large, the Gray's currencies are moving up against even the core assets. So why do I want to hold the core assets? I don't. Because by holding pTGC and UFO, I am effectively holding more core assets. Here's a good example. On August 26, 2024, pTGC went 1-to-1 with Pulse. Before that, it was a move up to get to that 1-to-1. Finally, it's 1-to-1. Right now, we're like 10-to-1. It costs 10 Pulse per pTGC. So we moved up against the layer one. If I had flipped, and I didn't hold any Pulse at the time, but let's say I had, I'm a Pulse hoarder. I love Pulse, and I love Pulse. I wouldn't mind holding a huge bag because I'd just flip it over to pTGC, but there's nothing wrong with holding it. If you want to hold, the gas token, go for it. But if you had flipped, let's say you had $1,000 worth of Pulse on August 26th and flipped it into pTGC, you'd have $10,000. You could buy 10 times the amount of Pulse today versus August 26th. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. When you hold pTGC, it's like you have a claim check on RH tickers. I'm going to put my economic energy into pTGC or UFO and watch those numbers run up. And then if I want to, I can go buy the tickers that I aped out of. I hope I don't have to because I don't like swapping in and out of stuff. Moon numbers. Brian / is here for the moon math. All right. So let's see. I think you got another question here. Got it. Such great. What approximately have you been getting for the past months on your 90-day locks? APR. Well, I think I just gave you the goods on that, dude. Yeah, cool. You are welcome. So, yeah, man. Very banana excited about Gray's currencies. But it's all fun and games to be excited. Now let's get to work. So, what do you guys want to see? If you guys got questions, pop them in the chat. Jason's been busy dropping questions in there, and drop them in. Drop more if you want, Jason. And other guys, if you got questions, drop them in. There is so much to talk about in Gray's currencies that we're just going to go over to the DApp. But I got to take a drink first. So, commercial break while I flip over to the DApp and take a drink. Was I muted that whole time, guys? Tell me I wasn't muted. Sometimes if I hit that mic really lightly, it'll turn the light off and I'll be muted. I'm good. Cool. Thank you, Polygon. I've been muted before and it didn't work. Turn out real well for the audience. And then Prairie Bananas left wondered, oh man, where did I leave off? You know, that happens. It takes experience doing the streaming thing. When are you going to start a channel? I'm crazy, ain't I? That's because there's nobody else in this room. All right, guys, let's get serious. All right, I've got my wallet connected. And this is a test wallet, by the way. It's a test wallet. All right. All right, this is the DApp. And by the way, guys, we're getting a new site. I'm excited about the new site. It's going to be, you can see sneak previews of it. I got to find out when Richard Hart tweeted, man. I want to say it was in the evening. I'm going to find out, dude. I'm going to find out. Because if you tweeted before that knife down to the whatever moving average, then that hypothesis is incorrect. New site. The founder is going to build a site that's going to be more along the lines of look into pTGC. And if you guys haven't been to look into pTGC, you should. There's a lot of valuable information there about the Grace currencies that you can use. And the new DApp that everyone is going to have access to is going to be very much like that. So, and I'm a data head, so it's right up my alley. I'm excited about it. But until then, we have an adequate site, pulsetgc.com. I wonder what the new URL is going to be. The founder of pTGC, he goes by Zen. We don't want his name going public because we want him to be safe. Has publicly stated that pTGC is going to be in the top, going to be a top 50 crypto of all of crypto. So who can tell me, somebody find me the market cap of the top 50 crypto, just give me a ballpark market cap for the top 50 crypto, because he's very excited for it to become a top 50. And it can happen. We need a successful chain, guys. We got to have a successful chain. But let's get on to the DApp. We're 43 minutes into this thing. So Brian / his name is Zen. And I should go on. Come listen to him. You're always confused. Yeah. Because he has several different names. We call him Zen. We call him Gray. I call him the Yoda. We call him, hey, dude. No, not really. Good guy. He's a good guy, guys. He's one of those founders that he's benevolent. I mean, if he needed to borrow your car, he would return it gassed up and washed. I believe that. Yeah, exactly. I was a little confused. Okay, cool. Glad I was able to help. So here's the DApp. And we're not going to go over this stuff right here. And you guys I'm going to disable this cursor thing because you guys can't even see it. I think. Let me know if you guys could see that, because I would really be interested. So this is the global TGC staked and locked. And then this is this is the information for this wallet. Okay. This one wallet connected to the DApp right now has earned 54,850 pTGC total. Earned from holding 18,325. Earned from staking 26,159. And this is for you, David, or Jason. This is good information for you also. And this is that same the same wallet, just this in total from February 10th, 2024 to date. Earned from locking 10,364. I want to make okay. I gotta make a distinction, guys. All right. All right, Jason, are you still here? I want to draw your attention to something. Since you were asking about APY, one of the tricky things about APY is the contract, when it executes, like when it distributes reflection rewards and staking rewards, it's buying pTGC for whatever the value, whatever the price pTGC is today. Let's say pTGC is 0.0003, probably pretty close. Okay, so it's pretty cheap today. And let's say it does a 100x, so it's now it does 1,000x, so it's now worth $3. Oh wow, $3 pTGC. Okay, well let's hope that happens. So today, the contract is sending it for every $1,000. Somebody buys the $1,000. Well, how does that work? Is it 0.5% buys and burns pTGC? 1% goes to holders, 1% goes to stakers. So there you go. It's buying 2% of pTGC, but it's buying. So it's of $1,000. It's taking. Would that be $20? I think that'd be $20. Is buying $20 worth of pTGC at 0.0003. So it's buying a lot of pTGC for $2. When pTGC goes up to $3, it does 1,000x. Now somebody put the $1,000 into pTGC and they got to pay the fee. 2% of the fee is buying not $20 worth of. Yeah, it's buying $20 worth of pTGC, but instead of buying thousands of pTGC, it's buying like 7 because it's now $3 each. $3. Yeah, it would be $3 for each pTGC. I have a hard time even saying that. Okay. Okay. I got a little off track on that. The point is, the contract is buying pTGC at the value that pTGC is today. But that's only for reflections and staking rewards. I like you, Jason. You got lots of questions. I'll get to your question. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. There's a difference in the locking rewards. You're going to like this, Jason, I think. The locking rewards don't come to you based on the value of pTGC today. They come to you based on number of tokens. So, somebody locks up $1,000 worth of pTGC today, and then they unlock it tomorrow, and they pay, they distributing $300 worth of pTGC to all the other lockers because they're going to pay 30% early end lock penalty on that lock, 30% because they unlocked early. So they're going to distribute a lot of tokens. But, today at 0.0003, those tokens ain't worth that much. But I'll take them because one day they're going to be worth $3. Ooh, that's cool. Just let them sit. That's another trick, guys. So you get your stuff staked and locked and then just hodl and collect those rewards. As price goes up, all those rewards are increasing in value. Okay. You're right. But the locking rewards being distributed today, it's like, okay, that's nice. But what about when they're worth $3 each? What about it? All right, now those several thousands of pTGC that are worth nothing today, if and when pTGC is worth $3, how much are they worth then? See, that's the difference. When the contract executes, it's buying pTGC for today. That's relative to holding and staking. Locking, on the other hand, is an entirely different animal. It's a beast. And at these low prices, it's like, that's nice. But when the value increases, it's going to be really nice. It's going to be like, hold on to your hat time, boys. I don't understand what it means when you say you earn more UFO just for holding. I have the same amount of UFO since the summer. No APR. All right. I would challenge you, Jason, to write down go to your wallet today and write down how many UFO are in your wallet. Write down all the digits, all the way to the decimal should do. And then check tomorrow. There will be more. And if there ain't, let me know directly. But there will be more. Just make sure how are you going to do that? Yeah, your wallet. We used to just go to DBank and bypass the wallet. If there's another place that you can check and just to double check, do that. But you should be able to tell in your wallet, whatever wallet you're using, it should be, it should have all of your UFO in there. Yeah. And if you don't, Jason, jump in the Telegram and tell these guys, I mean, if you can't figure it out on your own, or seriously, DM me in Telegram or on Twitter and let me know, because I'd be curious to, maybe walk you through how to find it. Because I'm going to tell you guys, I have not come across anyone that had an issue to where it wasn't a computer error or a wallet error or some kind of computer glitchy error or a human error. It's always the contract is flawless. It is as dependable as this calculator. It is a calculator. The contract is it's a, what do you call it? It's a program, just like this is. 6 times 7 is always going to equal 42. So, and that's how the smart contract is. It's like impossible for it to mess up. So if there's some sort of mix up, that's where it gets fun, Jason, because then we get to figure out, okay, where are we messing up? I was actually asking about APR, not APY. Oh, you got me on that one, dude. I don't even know the difference. I always have to look it up. What's the difference between APR and APY? I'll do the math later and should be able to figure it out. Cool. Right on, dude. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're stacking up UFO and at a fabulous rate too, like 111%, at least over the last, from May to whenever I updated that sheet, which I think was January or February. Might have been March. But let's get back to this DApp, guys. Let's get me back to this DApp. Okay. So there is your earnings. And then you're like, okay, I've got pTGC. I want to do something with it. I want to be earning more than just reflections. It's okay for you to just hold earn reflections, whatever. I like to stake my stuff so I'm earning more. I like the extra APY. I like being free from the temptation of selling. And if I'm staked and I'm locked on top of that, it mitigates that any kind of temptation. I'm going to tell you guys, the people that have been given into the temptation, and a lot of them to sell and then try to come back, and a lot of those guys got wrecked because they're still trying to get their positions back. So I like to be locked, and this is where I go to do it right here. So if you have liquid pTGC in your wallet, you can see all of it right here. If you click on the stake button, there is nothing in this wallet. Oh no, there is. There's 2,465. Well, that makes sense because I've earned. Where is it? Well, it's in there. There's pTGC in this wallet. And you just click on stake, and I can stake that if I want. And notice I can stake 50%, or I can stake whatever I want. I stake all of mine because I'm in this to win this. I'm in it long term. Yeah, now we're talking, right? Brian / $3 pTGC. Is this going to go around Twitter all week? Prairie Bananas predicting $3 pTGC. Well, actually, I may not be wrong. I've got friends. I mean, what's that'd be a 1,000x. Hey, Hex did 10,000x last cycle from the bottom to the top. We're not at the bottom though, so. But we'll get into the moon math toward the end of this. Let's get back here. So you can stake it by clicking here. And then when you want to claim your stakes, you click on this one. All right. There's no fee other than gas to claim your stake. And this is what you've earned from staking. And this is what I've earned, by the way, 4,000 pTGC since February when I restaked this. If you want to end the stake, you click the withdraw button. Now, beware, there is a 1% fee that goes to all the other stakers. So just be aware of that. How long does it take to ROI on the 1%? I'm not sure. I think it depends on volume and price appreciation. So it could take anywhere from, a month to 3 months or something like that. If you want to lock your pTGC, and we talked about that, you'll click on the lock button. I don't think I have any that I can lock. You're going to select your lock amount, and I can't select anything because there is nothing in there is some in my wallet, but it's not staked. It has to be staked, then it can be locked. And vice versa. If you want to unstake, you have to unlock first. If you want to sell your tokens or move your tokens, they have to be not staked. And there's another thing too. Oh, when you buy pTGC, because you pay a fee to transfer it, you need to buy it from a wallet you plan to keep it on. Why is there a fee to transfer it? Because we don't want people hacking the DAO and making votes from wallet to wallet to wallet. The fee mitigates that, because if they move from one wallet to another, they pay the 5% fee. On the topic of the DAO, we better get to that. Wait, let's finish this page and then we'll talk about the DAO and then we'll go into UFO. This wallet has 1 million pTGC locked for 10 years. It was started on February 10th, 2024, and it ends on February 7th, 2034. It has earned 3,127 pTGC, and have I claimed it? I think I have claimed it. Yeah, I have claimed, because this is claimable. If I was to unlock this, I would pay a 30% fee because the lock is not mature yet. If I was to claim this, then I would pay, I wouldn't pay anything. I'd pay the gas to claim. But the reward would all go to my wallet because this is a 10-year lock. If it was a 90-day lock, 45% would go to the burn address and 55% of that would be retained in my wallet. What else in here? What else? I think that's about it, guys, for this page, unless there are any questions. Okay, let's talk about the DAO. Don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. The DAO is accessible by clicking on DAO. If you want to see who's in the top 100, why does the top 100 matter? Because the top 100 stakers can submit proposals. You just connect your wallet, click on make proposal, and you can see the top 100. All stakers can vote on proposals, but only the top 100 can make proposals. And here are the top 100 stakers. And I want to have a look at this. Jimmy Harrison, how do I figure out how long is my lock? Okay, just a second, Jimmy. I want to scroll down and see the minimum qualification for, it looks like you have to have somewhere between 110 and 327 million pTGC to be a top 100 staker. Top 100 staker gives you the ability to create proposals. And if you're in the top 100, don't be messing around with proposals. Don't just like frivolously make proposals, because if they get shot down, it ties up the treasury money for a whole week when we could be doing something with it. So best thing is, reach out to some of the guys that are in the know and say, hey man, what do you think about putting in this proposal? And then it might be like, yeah, let's do that or whatever. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but just be real careful. If you're in the top 100, don't be messing around with making proposals. Just kind of, you think it's a good idea, kind of bounce it off some other ideas first. Yeah. because you could tie up that pulse. We want that pulse working for us. All right, how long is your lock? How long is your lock? Jimmy Harrison. What you'll do is you go to staking. And then, oh, you want to know how many years it is? I'm thinking that's going to be, I think, Jimmy, that there's going to be a lot more information on the new DApp, the new site that I just mentioned a few minutes ago. But here is the information for your lock. You have the start date and the end date. And you can do this, use this cool site called timeanddate.com. I don't know if you guys ever use this, but you can, there's a calculator on here, date to date calculator, and you could put in February 9th, 10th, 2024 to same date, February 10th, 2034. And then calculate 3,653 days. Okay. That's how long that lock is. And then if what you're after, Jimmy, is to find out how many years it is, we'll take that 3653 divided by 365, and that's a 10-year lock. And it ends up being 10. That makes sense? I hope that answers your question, Jimmy. I hope that answers your question. Okay, let's move on to UFO, guys. You guys ready for this? Did I answer all your pTGC questions? And so much more? Please say so much more. Oh, guys. I appreciate you being here. I really appreciate the interaction. I do. And we're going to get hot too. Like when pTGC and UFO start their run, we've seen it before. This chat over here gets crazy. And I'm going to need more people. That's why I'm picking on you. I was picking on you, Polygon, a few minutes ago. Like, when are you going to start your channel? Any of you guys, when are you guys going to start your channel? I'm joking around, but there's an element of seriousness because we're going to need some help, or we could use some help. We could always use more streamers, good streamers, well-behaved streamers, and guys that are just going to be there for other people, right? And give out the good. So there's your plug, guys. Start a channel and let me know, because I want to be your first subscriber. Good deal, man. Yeah, I love that. All right. Let's go to UFO. UFO PLP. Oh, show my screen here. Oh, so when I like it, it automatically locks for 10 years. No, it's let's see. Let me answer this real quick and then we'll go to UFO. Oh, so when you lock it, it automatically locks for 10 years. No, you're going to have a choice. When you click on that lock button, Jimmy, you're going to have a choice. You can put in the number of pTGC, or you can select 100%, and then you select the number of days. And I love these $10 Walmart calculators because they have real buttons. Okay, I'm in my 50s. I'm a Gen Xer, and that's probably why. But like, if you wanted to do the 50%, not 50%. If you want to do a 5-year lock, and it's 5 times 365 days. That's 1,825 days. And like I said, if you lock one day into the next tier, you're going to earn from that tier. So if you want to earn 10-year locks, the 100%, then lock 9 years and a few days, just to make sure you're well within the 10-year bracket. And then also, if you miss this one, make sure I wouldn't lock up huge bags. I'd break it up into smaller bags, especially the longer locks. Because if you decided to unlock one, then you're only paying 30% penalty on one bag, not the whole huge bag, if that makes sense. Buried Bananas dropping science on the aliens. Bronx kid. Hey, how's it going? Let's get over to UFO, guys. Oh, It's like UFO. Do not underestimate the power of the UFO. You added 4 days to all just to keep the leap year safe. That's a good idea, Polygon. Yeah. Yeah. Just to be safe, add a few days. I mean, what's a few days? Cool. Glad that helped, Jimmy. That's what I'm here for, man. When you guys get help, if you guys, take some of the little nuggets that I've got to the bank, it makes it all worth it, guys. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Make me happy. You be successful and then go help somebody else be successful. Does not get much better. You recently topped up on some UFOs. This price is a steal. We got to talk about that. Did you get the 5-for-1 deal? You guys are 5-for-1 deal. Yeah, because for every one pTGC, you can get 5 UFO. Guys, it's a little bit of a joke, but let me show you guys something before we go to the DAP. I'm excited about UFO. I am excited. I am genuinely bullish on UFO. I love pTGC. pTGC is the cat's meow. UFO, second best comes to mind, but I'm like, I can't put that label on UFO. It's not second best. Have you ever heard of a twin brother who was born 6 months later? That's UFO. It's a twin that was born 6 months later. pTGC, October 2023, UFO, May 2024. Okay, 7 months. Do not underestimate the power of UFO. pTGC, its liquidity is its secret sauce is its burnt LP. Okay, it's unrecoverable LP. It's like commitment 100%. Burnt LP. Thick liquidity pools. UFOs, secret sauce is thicker LP pools, user provided. Oh, I wanted to make a comment on. I get so many ideas. Okay, Mira, I was talking about the difference between reflections and staking rewards and pTGC and the locking rewards. Those locking rewards are human dependent. They are. These over here are contract. This is dependable. The humans are not. But we'll talk more about locking rewards here in a minute. UFO. Don't underestimate the power of a UFO. I think it has the ability to surprise us, the potential to surprise us. pTGC, we found, is like a lot of the rewards coming to us. I got to just get to the point where I'm going to take the jacket off. The rewards coming to us are like because of users interacting with the contract. With UFO, a lot of it's just it's ARB bots. It's more so ARB bots that are arbing the pairs, sending rewards to the users. So, yeah. Let's go look at the DAP. Jimmy Harrison, good deal. UFO building off the expertise of its brother. Yeah. And then you think of a successful founder and he comes out with another project 7 months later. Do you think he might have learned a few things in pTGC that he could apply to UFO? I do. pTGC is still the firstborn, though. Top 20 meme coin on CoinGecko still last I heard. Is that right? Powerful eco used together. Yeah. All right. UFO. So what you do, guys, is you get your pTGC, you get your UFO. They're sitting in your wallet, and you got some of your pTGC staked now, and you got it locked up, or you took a few days to think about locking it, which I recommend. Don't just ape into a bunch of locks and then realize you forgot to talk to your wife, or whatever. You forgot about so-and-so's birthday. Think it through a little bit. There's no rush to lock. And like I said, the 90-day locks are perfect because you can store it there while you think about it, and you're earning at the same time 55%. But then you got your UFO, and it too is sitting in your wallet. And you're like, okay, I love this APY for holding UFO, but you know what? I really, with some of it, I want to like have a little bit of a commitment. So I'm not tempted to sell or whatever. And by the way, guys, same thing with UFO. Buy it from a wallet you want to keep it on, because if you transfer it, you're going to pay the fee. So you've got UFO and you're like, okay, I want to hold some. And with the rest, I want to LP it because I've got some ink that is also, I would like to lock up, and I want it to be free of temptation for selling it. So you're going to click on, I'm sorry, I went there without even showing you guys. You're going to same DApp, click on UFO token, click on UFO liquidity pools. And then you're going to, if you have ink and you want to make a UFO ink pair, click on manage pool. And I'm going to record a video about this probably this week. And then add liquidity. And it's an LP, so you're going to have equal amounts of each token, equal values, okay? So put in your UFO however much, and you're going to have an equal value of ink, and then click on add liquidity and validate it in your wallet, and then you will have an LP. Okay, any questions? I mean, it's literally that simple. And then, but what I would do is once you have done that is go back to here, and I want to lay eyes on the LP, right? So I'm going to click on UFO token, and this time not go to liquidity pools, but go to PLP rewards. Click on that. Then I'm going to look for that pool, and there will be one right here. Okay, if you made a UFO Inc. LP. In this case, the only LP on this wallet is a UFO Pulse LP, which I made. And this is my experimental wallet. Okay. And just so you know, David, did I get your name right? David, Jason. I keep wanting to call you David. For your APY, this wallet here, I put 1 million UFO in, and I put 1 million UFO and LP'd it to Pulse, all on the same day within the first 10 days of UFO launching last year. So for your APY, it has earned, let's call that 41,000 UFO, because you earn UFO for reflections, and it has earned 49,476 Pulse, because when you LP, the reward token is Pulse. Okay, now I want to take a quick sip, but I might have to wait. I want to talk to you guys about UFO shares. And if I don't answer any of your questions about UFO shares, I made a video about them earlier this week. 1 second, guys. That explains UFO shares and how you can actually, it goes into how you can increase your UFO shares for free for the price of gas, actually. Like, I'll give you guys the secret sauce. Okay. If you enter an LP with UFO, I gotta get my little spaces here. Just bear with me, guys. I'm learning. Like, if I need to point to that, it needs to be right there. I don't want to practice in front of you guys. It's too embarrassing. If you make an LP with UFO and another ticker, there is a possibility that you could earn more. Let me back up. When you LP UFO and another ticker, sorry guys, I'm not a professional speaker. I'm just a guy that puts his hat on and starts streaming. When you enter an LP with UFO, your UFO gives you UFO shares. So like this 1 million UFO that I put into this pool, it got me 1 million UFO shares. If I had to put 1.1 million UFO into this LP, I would have 1.1 million shares. The cool thing about UFO is that you will incur impermanent loss. You will be left with that abundance of the least favorite token, the token that the market decided they don't want it. That's the one you're going to have the most of. That's a bummer. And that's the case that's my case in my UFO. Like every single one of my LPs, I've got a lot more of the other token, but not the UFO. But I have my share rate. That 1 million UFO that I put into the LP, they gave me 1 million shares. I still have my 1 million shares, and my shares is what is giving me the rewards. It's like a bookmark on the rewards that I get. And as you will see in the video, if you look at that video, you'll see that if I were to exit that LP, this LP right here, this experimental one, and then, and I would lose those 1 million UFO shares. Why? Because I only have like 250,000 UFO now in that LP. So if I were to try to get 1 million UFO shares back, like I exit the LP and I'm like, oh man, I should have never undone that LP because those UFO shares were giving me the rewards. And now I'm only getting a quarter of the rewards if I entered another LP with 250,000 UFO. But I want to get my 1 million back. Well, I'd have to buy 750,000 UFO. And then I'd probably have to buy some of the other side. However, whatever the case, my math, as you will see in that video, showed me that I would have to pay 2.6 times more to get my 1 million UFO shares. Okay. So I told you guys I'd give you the secret sauce. We're an hour and 17 minutes. Moon math doesn't take very long. So the secret sauce is that if the token that you're paired with in your UFO is running up against UFO, like usually it's the other way around. Usually UFO is doing much better than the other ones. However, I did this one time with ink. When ink ran up last summer, I had more UFO because people were buying the ink and giving up their UFO. So I had lots of UFO and less ink, which meant, let's say I started with 1 million shares, 1 million UFO, and suddenly I had 1.2 million UFO. Whoa! Well, I undid that LP. And then I redid it and I got 1.2 million shares, something like that. I didn't write it down, but that is a possibility for many of us as the paired assets run up, if they do. Hopefully they do, because the ones that are paying attention, like you guys here, that are in the know. And if you got any questions about how to do that, refer to that video. I just put it up last week. It's on my channel. It's very easy to do. It's not financial advice, but it's very simple. It's a super cool hack. You can actually increase the amount of yield you would get for the life of that LP, for the entire life of that LP, by undoing and redoing. Very simple. Very, very simple. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the UFO shares. Make sure we see that. There's the UFO shares right there. And if you want to claim those rewards, let's say you had a column of pending rewards here. You would just click on claim reward, and they'll go to your wallet. 50,000 pulls. All right. Any questions? Any questions? All right. All right. Quick break. Take a quick break, and then we'll get into the moon math, guys. Hold on. The UFO always goes so much faster than pTGC, and I don't quite understand why. That's another thing. We always talk about pTGC, but UFO is like, I don't underestimate the UFO. You know, it's my opinions. It's my sincere opinion. I've seen UFO. Were you guys here for the run up last fall from like November through December, October, November, December? UFO was flying. All right. Let's do some moon math. If you get on here. All right. It's look into ptgc.com, guys. That's where you want to go. And I think the moon math calculator is still free. There's a lot of stuff in here that's not free. If you want access to it, reach out to me, or you can just sign up on the site. Look into ptgc.com. This is Kong's baby, Crypto Kong. We're going to have something much like it on the website, I think, to be quite honest. Let's look at moon math. Oh, I'm going to show this, guys. I'm going to show this to you guys. Go to the dashboard. And you can see the total tokens burned. And you can see the price, the volume, liquidity, the number of X's to a penny. We're only 37 X's from a penny. That's cool. And the 24-hour fee allocation. See, here's the fees, $6,941 allocated from, and that's from the fee, 5% transaction fee. $694 bought and burned pTGC, went to liquidity. $2,776 to the Dow. $1,400 went to holders. $1,400 went to stakers. Then UFO tokens burned. Price, volume, and guys, I'll be honest, man, things are a little slow right now, but I think they're going to pick up. Liquidity, $6.7 million. What else we got here? 587X to a penny. Oh, I wanted to show you. Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you buying a position. And I need to write that down because that. Hold on. Just hold on, guys. I think I really got to make this part of the presentation. Hold on a second. Appreciate your patience. And then how to buy, because people sometimes ask, like right at the end, they'll ask how to buy it. And then the fee allocation again. And I'm not going to go over all of that for sake of time. You can see it right here at lookintoptgc.com. Okay. And then what you'll do is you go to the moon math calculator. I'll get into this in just a second. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at pTGC versus Pulse. Now we're up against Pulse probably 50x over the last year. We're going to put in a modest 5x. Let's just guess that we can move up against Pulse at a factor of 5. And then let's say Pulse does 100x from here. What would pTGC be worth? Let's have a look. X factor 5. Pulse does a 100x. That'll be a 500x. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that's 100 times 5 times the price would be a 13-cent pTGC. All right. There's something else I want to show you. Go to, where is that site? There it is, Pampy. This site here I learned about from a buddy of mine. And what it does is it takes the sacrifice money, the Pulse Chain Reserve, and it simulates splitting it into the 4 core tickers and giving you a number of X's for those 4 core tickers. So we're going to look at the X's of Pulse, and then we're going to take this number 1,671. and put that into the calculator. And we're going to put this as 1671 instead of just 100. So that's going to be 1671 times 5. Probably be a $3 pulse, wouldn't it? I'm going to make that an X, actually. $2.24 pTGC. If all the sacrifice funds were put into pulse right now, that's what it would do to pTGC if pTGC did a 5X against that. If it didn't, if it just did a 1, it'd still be a 1671X. 45-cent pTGC. Hot dog. All right. I want to look at buying. I got 2 more calculators that I want to go for you through you guys, but I want to look at something. I want to look at buying a position first because I think there's value in that. Give me a second and I'll find buying position. Let's update the prices. pTGC is 2684 and 1702. 684 and 1702. Ooh, it changed. Here now it's 5. So it and that's without updating the supply, guys. But you know, supply is not going to be that much different. But you can get 5 UFO per pTGC right now. So a dolphin position in pTGC, $7,800. Dolphin position in UFO, $1,600. So you could get 5 dolphins in UFO or 1 dolphin in pTGC. You guys tracking? I mean, if you like both of them, like worst case moon. Oh, you want some? I'll get to your questions here in a second, Brian. If you like both of them, get both of them. But I highlight that just because it is a thing. I like to have a portion of the supply, but UFO burns the fire out of pTGC. It's burning more pTGC than pTGC itself, which also adds value to UFO. So, yeah. What do you do? What do you do? You do sometimes is what you do. You got to do what you got to do. Sometimes it's like, well, all right, I'm just going to get a little bit of each. Or, you know, you're like, sometimes what I've done is I'll do like a 70-30. Like in an instance where I can get 5 times the amount of UFO versus pTGC, I might allocate 30% to UFO, 70% to pTGC, and just kind of split the difference in a sense, or a 20-80, whatever. I'm just giving you guys some ideas of what I've done in the past. Let's get back to let's answer questions, and then I'll get back to let me change my screen here so I can keep myself on task here, because I have 2 more calculators to go over, and we're at an hour and a half, just about. What are some low numbers? Oh, like worst case moon numbers. Yeah. All right. You got me. You got me, Brian. We'll do some low numbers for you. I think you asked for those last time. What are some low numbers? I'll give you some low numbers. What's it all about? Hey, Mix. J.A. Soul. How's it going, man? All right. Some low numbers. All right. Let's do a 2x factor. So pTGC is only going to do 2x against Pulse, and Pulse is going to do a 10x. Is that low enough number for you? Lucky 13th. Okay. That's going to be a 20x. 20x on pTGC. That's not even a penny. That's half a penny. Is that low enough for you, Brian? I'm just kidding with you, man. Does that make you happy? You like those low numbers? I don't like those low numbers, Brian. I want some higher numbers. How about some mid-level numbers? So I think we just did that. We did a 5 and 100, which ended up being a 13-cent pTGC. You're welcome, Mixed Mix. You got a funny name, dude. All you guys, some of you guys got some funny names. My name ain't funny though. You're welcome, dude. It's my pleasure. Let's finish up on moon math. All right, I'm going to save the best for last, guys. All right, free sticker. A free sticker. You guys can tell me what my favorite calculator that I'm saving for last is. I'll give you a free sticker. pTG sticker. We got new logos, by the way, guys. So these are going to become antiques. Antique pTGC stickers for a free one for the person that can answer the question, what's my favorite calculator? I'm saving it for last. Let's do the reflections one. I got to log in. All right. So this calculator is going to show us the reflections for pTGC and UFO. It's not going to factor in staking or locking or LP'ing, just reflections. Okay. And reflections are based on volume. So it is taking quite a while. Even those low numbers are great. Yeah, they are, man. I know. Half cent pTGC. I mean, come on. Yeah. Many of us are going to be just, yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. You know what you do? You set your expectations low and then things happen and you're like, yeah, man, I was hoping for this. It is really not pulling up for me. Give me a second. There it is. Yeah, sometimes in life you set your expectations low, but just have the mindset of being able to if it goes the right direction, very much into the right direction, have the mindset of a mature mindset that you can actually not get wrecked if it goes in the positive direction exceedingly, but yeah, set your expectation lows. I like to think of it as a range. Like I have a low expectation, but then I think I can handle this. I have a plan, maybe a written plan. Let's go into experimental mode. We're going to try the demo wallet. We're going to calculate yields. You know what? I do have a wallet that I copied off the blockchain. Let me get it real quick. We're going to go in a little bit of overtime. Oh, come on, Rabby. Yeah, I'm using Rabby. Let me get this wallet because I just had an idea. Give me a second, guys. Exactly. Yeah. Cool. I like that. I'm glad we're tracking a range, a range. That's it. I had never really thought about it like that, but that's a mature way to that's like a full mature way to think about things. Like, how do I say it? Set your expectations low, but being open to, we can go here, and having a mindset to be able to captivate and optimize on either situation. Yeah, something like that. Say $5 million in volume, and this is the reflections calculator. We're looking at pTGC. At $5 million in volume, the return would be 56%. This guy has 100 million pTGC. It's worth $28,000. Let's see. If he were a shark, would be 297 million tokens, or $81,000 worth of pTGC. The daily yield would be $123 at $5 million in volume. Monthly yield would be $4,000. Yeah, man. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. Dolphin is 30 million tokens. If you guys can get Dolphin position, man, that would be. Whew. I know some Hex people that were Dolphins, and they were doing very well at the top of the cycle. Yearly, $15,000 at $5 million in volume. And that's just reflections. It's not including your staking rewards and locking rewards. Okay, and that's pTGC. Let's look at UFO, and then we'll get to my favorite calculator. And if you guys want to answer that, I'll give you an antique sticker. This guy has 181 million UFO. So he is going to earn, let's see, 561% APY. Next tier is Shark, which is 0.1%. The whale would be 9 billion tokens, $158,000. Man, I'd love to be a whale. Daily, he would earn at $5 million in volume, he would earn $2,000 a day. Wow. A shark would earn $243 a day. And that's just reflections. Okay. Tails Dreams. I act on my passion to the best of my ability with no expectation on what the outcome should be. It ends up working out positively and helps limit any stress. I act on my passion to the best of my ability with no expectation. Yeah, I like to tackle life. I think you and I think very similarly. No expectation of what the outcome should be. I like that, man. It does help limit stress, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. That's cool. I'm pretty goal oriented. I like to just, I don't know if I better not get talking. Let's get over to the locking calculator. It's my favorite one. It's my favorite because, like I said earlier in the stream, the locking rewards come to you based on tokens, not value. Contract don't care. It's going to send you 1 billion tokens because somebody nuked 30%. It's going to send you. It's not going to send you 1 billion tokens, but if you had that much coming to you, it would. It's going to send you. It's going to send you $50,000 worth of tokens. There you go. Because that's what the tokens are worth that it's sending you. It's going to send you a certain number of tokens. Locking calculator. We know from experience from last year, there was an average of 395 million tokens early and locked every month last year. Already this month, we are at nearly 1 billion. 1 billion for this month alone already, guys. I believe that we are above average for the entire year compared to last year. Last year, 395 million. So let's go with last year's average. Let's say you have 100 million locked up. And the price is now, let's go high. Go big or go home. 25 cents. We have done 25, let's see, 0.25 divided by point. We've done it. Whoa, we've done an 8,000x. Well, at 25 cents is an 8,000x. 0.25 divided by 0.003. Oh, 833x. 800x. pTGC just did an 800x. And this month, let's call it July. There was the average of 395 million pTGC early and locked, and you had 100 million locked up, and it was earning 100% of the lock-in rewards. Okay, it's in 10-year locks. You would bring home $21,254 that month. That's the value of locking. If it were 10 cents, $8,500. If it were $1, 85,000. If it's 50 cents, 42,000. Okay, and so on. If you had 10 million and it was 10 cents, $850. Or that's what I love about this calculator. So it's so functional. let's say you have 10 million locked up for 9 years, and then pTGC is 25 cents. That'd be $2,000 for that month. I like that. Guys, we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. I hope there was value in this. I really try to give you guys everything I got, but I know that I forget stuff. But good, better, best. Never let it rest till the good is better and the better is best. I'm going to try to get better at this. So UFO Dolphin earned what daily? I love a good question. Let's get it, dude. And this is reflections only. Let's do it, man. You got your screenshot ready? You can just write it down too. At 5, let's do $5 million in volume. I got to put a wallet in here. So there's a demo wallet. And granted, Jimmy, we're doing UFO did $80,000 in volume today. Go to Secreto Bank, guys. Secretobank.com. And here's UFO. Volume is $46,000 today. So, 5 million, I think we can do it. But that's a lot of X's in volume. That's 100X in volume. We can do it. I think we can do it. But that's a big ask. $5 million in volume. Well, let's do 1 million, Jimmy, because it'll make it calculating. If you're writing this down and you want to do some forecasting or whatever, this will make it easier. So $1 million in volume, which is only a 20X from where we are today. The annual return to be 118%. A dolphin. Here you go, man. I'll get my cursor out of the way. You can screenshot that. It's 93 million tokens. It would earn $30 a day at $1 million in volume. $5 million in volume would be 5 times 30, which would be, is that right? 5 times 30, $150 a day for a dolphin? That's what it says. Oh, no. Okay, now hold up, guys. I really need to get with Kong about, this is current yields. I think we changed this. And theoretical yields. Okay. I think this is the wallet that's connected. And this is the theoretical yields. Be $5 a day. I wish it was $30 a day. $5 a day for a dolphin. $5 a day. So, yeah. All right. Before I go, I'm gonna screenshot this, and I am going to, because I've done this a couple times on stream where I don't know what the difference is between current yields and theoretical yields, and I'm going to find out for you guys. But I'm going to write this down after I say goodbye. Guys, thanks for jumping in. Thanks for asking questions. Jimmy, Tales Dreams, thanks for the interaction. Brian / Mix. Thanks for jumping in, your positivity, guys. I really appreciate your Polygon. Yeah, man. If you have any questions, reach out, man. I can help you. Bronx Kid, and who is this other gentleman? Jason D had a lot of good questions. Oh, one last thing, guys. It's in my notes. If you want to buy these tokens, go to pulseapp.pulsex.com. Set your slippage to 6% for pTGC, 7% for UFO. Reset it once you're done so you don't leave your slippage set high. Use the auto router, and then just flip your whatever you got into whatever you wanted, Pulse or UFO. All right, and that's it. With that, we'll quit. If you got any questions, jump into the Telegram. You're welcome, Polygon. Jump into Telegram and please join the Telegram. The link is in the description of the video down below. And ask any questions there. You can reach out to me directly. And have a great week, guys. Really, really appreciate you guys showing up and asking questions. See you guys. Bye.